Recording in progress.
Hello there. We are going to look at the question paper of June 2025. So, in terms of our first question, it's to discuss 5 guidelines for setting up a business information dossier. Of course, from that sense, I would see that the information dossier is a collection of papers or other sources containing detailed information about a particular person or subject. So, that is the explanation that we have in terms of an information dossier. Then, going back to our question, it requires us to discuss 5 guidelines for setting up a business information and dossier. So, of course, in terms of that now, you see that these are the guidelines that we have, whereby the first part, information must be in a format that makes it easy to retrieve the data needed. And then if you look at the second point, information collected should have been obtained legally. And also, if dossier must be kept secret, a password-protected computer must be used, or it must be kept in a safe place. So, basically, I will see that we've only run down in terms of those guidelines. So, of course, according to our question, you need to come up with 5 guidelines as expected on the mark allocation. Of course, each point is got two marks and to give you a total of 10 marks. So, moving on to the next question that we have, we are going to move on to our question 3.2, whereby it is any member may raise a point of order during a meeting for the attention of chairperson. So, of course, we have a key term that we have, that is point of order. So, a point of order, again, in this description, you'll see that it's a question or statement about the way things should be done. So, anything that explains the way uh, things should be done, that is raised, of course, in a meeting, becomes a point of order. So, this is at a gathering of a meeting, or it might be a debate. So in that case, we are saying it's a point of order. So it is an incidental motion used during meetings to address rule violations. So whenever there's a rule violation, there is need to raise a point of order from the members that are within inside that meeting. So in terms of our question, it is now state 4 acts when a point of order can be raised. So this question is asking to give scenarios where you can see a point of order being raised. So in that case, now we have those scenarios whereby we are saying when a member uses offensive language, a point of order can be raised. If a meeting does not constitute a quorum, also we can see a point of order being raised. If there are irregularities in the proceedings of the meeting, and also if a motion has not been seconded. So these are some of the points. And lastly, if a motion or amendment is contrary to the law. So these are the points that we have in terms of 3.2. Move on to the next part of our question, which is now 3.3. State 6 causes of an inefficient filing system. So the first thing is to try to understand what is it that when we are having an inefficient filing system. So we are going to see that an inefficient filing system, we are going to see it whenever we've got a scenario whereby documents filed are very difficult to find. We're going to have delays in retrieving those documents. That's when we are having an inefficient filing system. And of course, the filing system will cause inaccessible information. Some information may not be accessed if there is an inefficient filing system. And also, we are going to see that some of the information that we are talking about might be destroyed during the process. So that becomes an inefficient filing system. So the question requires us to state 6 causes. What can lead to that situation? So within that context, we have also points that are explaining on that one. So we are seeing that lack of experience can also cause a scenario of inefficient filing system, lack of concentration in hasty filing, negligence, incorrect coding, not using cross references, use of wrong filing system. So these are the points that we have. Then in terms of 3.4, which becomes the last part of our question 3, describe 5 basic requirements of a waiting room. So we need to understand again what we understand basically when we say a waiting room. A waiting room basically is a room provided for the use of people waiting to be attended to. So when we have a room that is set aside where people wait until they get attended, it's a waiting room. So it is a part of a building where people sit or wait until the appointment or event is taking place. So this is what we have. In terms of our question now, it needs us to describe 5 basic requirements of a waiting room. What are the requirements of a waiting room? So within that context, we also have the points is articulated where we are saying the waiting room must be neat and clean at all times, because we are saying that where people are going to wait until they get attended. So it has to be something that is neat and clean. So that is the first point that we have. And second point, the waiting room must have comfortable chairs. Of course, we don't know for how long are they going to wait there. So it should be a place that is comfortable for them in terms of where they are going to sit, and also whatever is surrounding that place. Then also have magazines may be placed in a magazine rack. Of course, if it's going to take a long time, the clients, or it might be the customers that are there that are waiting to be attended can occupy themselves during the process. And also, a relaxed atmosphere should be created in the waiting room. Provide updated and up to date reading material. So these are the points that we have, the last part that we have of question 3. So thank you for listening, and hopefully the video was helpful. And please, let's not forget to subscribe and share to our channel, and share the link to our colleagues who are doing OP and 4. And for this video, I'm signing out. We'll meet again in the next video.